It is homecoming tonight, so we expect this to be kind of a long night here. They did do some festivities before the game, and but I just just resign myself to the fact that we always have the last game ending in South Jersey is whichever one we broadcast on a Friday night.
Absolutely.
A couple of scores and an absolute shocker right now. Pittman is leading Lower Cape May 19-0 in the second quarter. Which would be a shocker down there in Irma. And Wildwood is tied with Lindenwold at 6 apiece in the second quarter. So there's a couple other scores, and we'll keep tabs on those. Those were 6 o'clock starts, obviously, so we should have final scores of those games before we go final here tonight at Memorial Field. High school football on the coast. Brought to you by Reef Family Pharmacy. They make it easy to stay healthy. 1037 Route 9 South, 609-465-0004, or visit reeffamilypharmacy.com. The Borough of Avalon, cooler by a mile for concerts, special events, sports camps, and more. Log on to visitavalonborough.net. So I want to introduce on the air Sam Cohen, who's handling our video production on the Coast Sports Today Facebook page. He's done a great job since he started with us back in the beginning of the season, filling in for our regular guy, Chris Knoll, who's has a family business to run, summer business. So Sam stepped in nicely and has done a great job for us.
Yes, and a quick disclaimer, this is not Sam's fault because of the video. On our Facebook, our Coast Sports Today Facebook page, it says Pennsville at Lower Cape May. But if you can see the video, we're clearly at the John Roberson Memorial Sports Complex.
Yes, and there's a big yellow paw at midfield.
Yes. So it is the Buna and the Panthers, not Pennsville and Lower.
So Middle Township will wear their all-black uniforms trimmed in orange and white with the black helmets. Buna be wearing their white jerseys this evening for this game. They have the blue helmets and the blue pants. So as the teams come out to take the field, pretty good crowd here tonight. I'll tell you what, buddy, Middle Township's had some good crowds so far for their home games this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is actually Middle's last home game, unless they somehow get a home game in the state playoffs. They'd have to run the table to have a chance at that, but even then it would be difficult. But this is Middle's last home game of the season. They only it's only 8 regular season games. Now, obviously, if there's a consolation game involved at the end of the season, they could get another home game. But this is the last regularly scheduled home game here for Middle Township, which is kind of hard to believe on the second on actually the first Friday of October that this could be your final home game.
And you know what? A big shout out to the Middle Township faithful. You know, from Whitesboro to Courthouse to Rio Grande, all the way up to to further up north in the county. The fan base has really come out and supported this football team. And this football team has also, they've played some very solid football here at home. And again, last week was one heck of a win that come from behind victory. They trailed 12-0 at halftime, and then they were able to come back and pull off that 18-12 win, which allowed them to keep the Anchor Bowl trophy.
Yes, and a couple things we want to mention from some other sports this afternoon. Congratulations to Middle Township senior soccer player Steve Barrett. Became the 9th player in Middle Township history of boys soccer to score 50 career goals. He did so in an 8-0 win over Wildwood Catholic. And in a girls soccer game, a real good one over in Stone Harbor, Tessa Huber scored with about 12 minutes left. The lone goal giving Lower Cape May a 1-0 win over Wildwood Catholic. So a couple things from this afternoon in soccer. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back right after this, more of the pregame. High school football, 98.7 The Coast. here tonight. And it'll be the captains going out. Buna's actually, I misspoke earlier and said that Buna was wearing blue pants. They're actually in all white uniforms trimmed in gold and blue with the blue helmets. Buna's captains are Samir Garrison, Shane Reed, J.J. Gonzalez. And for Middle Township, their captains are Jerry White, Michael Zarfati, and Kenai Perry. So, and Marco Salgado is actually out there because Jerry White is out hurt for Middle Township. So, getting the instructions from the officials. And again, another update. Pittman is leading Lower Cape May 19-0 at the half down in Irma, which is kind of shocking to say the least.
Well, Buna beat Pittman earlier in the year 37-0.
Right.
Just to give our listeners a little, background.
Yeah.
On
some context there.
Yeah, some context.
Yeah.
So, yes, it is quite shocking, and I'm sure right now in that Lower Cape May locker room, Coach Lance Bailey is probably peeling some paint.
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah, I would think that the janitorial staff will be in there first thing Monday morning. Much like they were here at Middle Township last week after Coach Rigitano went into his locker room at the half.
All right, so it looks like Middle Township has won the toss, and they are deferring. So Buna will receive the opening kickoff. Middle Township moving from east to west here. If you're watching on Coast Sports Today Facebook page, that's left to right across whatever device you may be enjoying this game from.
Yes, and that might have been one of the longest coin tosses that we have witnessed.
All right, we are about to play the national anthem here at Memorial Field. And Buddy correctly pegged it as the John Roberson Athletic Complex. It was renamed in memory of absolutely great man, terrific athlete in his day, passed away last year. And
those of us that grew up here in Cape May County, we were all touched. Didn't matter if we went to Middle Township.
Right.
I was a Wildwood Catholic guy, and Mr. Roberson, was just an incredible leader, and he was the real deal.
All right, they're about to play the anthem. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. A 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back with more. The opening kickoff, it'll be Buna and Middle Township coming up on the Coast Sports Today Facebook page and 98.7 The Coast. Back at Memorial Field, Brian Kniff with Buddy Tarbott about to get this one started between Middle Township and Buna High School football here on the coast. Sam Cohen handling our live video stream on the Coast Sports Today Facebook page. And the officials for this evening's game, Bruce DiNardo is the timer up in the booth. And the officials on the field are Anthony Anari, Jerome Garrett, Rich Krapinski, Chris Chiaro, Lamar Fisher, and Anthony Evans. And we'll have some flair to the officiating crew with Jerome Garrett down there, buddy, as always.
Oh, absolutely.
He's the best.
Yeah, yes. Whether it's on the
the great thing about him, buddy, is he kind of keeps it in perspective a little bit. It's high school sports. It's supposed to be fun, and he definitely has fun while he officiates.
Absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth.
So Middle Township will kick off. It'll be Brian Jezaitis doing the kicking tonight. And according to Frank Rigatano, Middle's head coach, it'll only be on kickoffs. If Middle scores touchdowns, they will be going for 2. Their starting kicker, and a real good one, Jerome Licata, got hurt on the first play of last week's game and is out tonight. So certainly something to watch, as Middle Township does not have really a kicker. If you remember last week, Jezaitis actually slipped while trying to kick off, and Middle recovered the kick. It actually acted like an onside kick.
Well, and the other thing, too, with Licata, Brian, he's not just your normal type of kicker. He's one of the best kickers in South Jersey.
It's a short kick, bounces, taken by an up man, trying to run across to the middle of the field and taken down short of the 35. Is Yassier Jordan. And Buna comes in here. Their quarterback is J.J. Gonzalez, a senior. Their top running back is Samir Garrison. They've got a good wide receiver in Shane Reed. So they mark this ball at the 35. Buna starts there, 1st and 10. First offensive play of the football game here.
And Brian, J.J. Gonzalez, the quarterback, he comes into this game. He's 27 for 47 through the air for 351 yards. He's thrown 3 touchdown passes, and he's rushed for 1.
Gonzalez is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes a handoff, throws it out in the flat. They got a good block out here, and out across midfield is Shane Reed. Pickup of about 16.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Tyree Moore, the Panther that got blocked on that initially, he really got hit. That was one heck of a block by the Buna Chief that sprung Reed. As Brian said, he crossed the 50 and he into middle territory down to the 49.
So 1st and 10 for Buna. No score, 11:25 to go, first quarter. Just getting started here in Courthouse. Gonzalez again in the shotgun. Garrison stands to his right. Man goes in motion. It's a counter to Garrison, and he's tripped up after a gain of about 5. They mark it down at the 44. And Gonzalez did a nice job with a high snap there. 2nd down and 5 for Buna. No score, early stages, first quarter.
And Garrison, Brian Garrison, Samir Garrison, he is the big go-to guy for the Chiefs. He's rushed for 457 yards, and he's caught 203. He's 203 receiving yards, and he leads the Chiefs with 7 total touchdowns.
Garrison now stationed to Gonzalez's left. Back to pass. It's a slant, incomplete. Through the hands of Reed. He was open. Pass was a little high, and it was a little hot. Reed will probably go back to the huddle, though, and tell his quarterback he should have had it. 3rd down and 5, the Middle Township 44. And out there defending on that play was Zamar Wakefield for Middle Township. 3rd and 5 for Buna. As they approach the line, they take an awful lot of time in between plays. Gonzalez takes the snap, fires to the far side. It's complete, short of the first down. That pass was complete to Joey Marshall. And it's a gain of about 3. And it's going to bring up 4th and 2. And Buna is going to go for it here since they're on Middle Township side of midfield. Ball at the Panther 41. So a big play here early in the game. And this is one of those instances here, buddy, where you got to watch for the double count if you're Middle Township on defense on 4th and short. Gonzalez comes up to the line this time, hands it off, and they're not going to get the first down.
Wow, what a great job by the left side of that defensive line for Middle Township, Brian. Nick
Cruz looked like he was the first one to hit Garrison, who gains just a yard. They needed 2, and Middle Township takes over at their own 40. So big play there by Cruz, and he got some help from his teammates as well, a couple of teammates as well. Mark Oliver leads the team. Remy Rodriguez, who had 176 yards rushing last week, still limited, is going to play, but he's not 100% with that strained Achilles. It's a handoff to Rodriguez. He's got room. Straight up the field. Breaks a tackle. And is down inside the 40 to 35. We got a flag down, though. And I think this one's going to come back. We got a hold against Middle Township. Frank Rigitano's not happy with this call. That's going to end up spotted the foul penalty. It's going to be a loss of 9. And that negates a 25-yard run by Rodriguez.
And as Brian said, Coach Rigitano, he's really letting the referee know that he is not happy with that flag. And it does negate a nice run by Remy Rodriguez. Now it's going to be 1st and
About 19. Spotted the foul penalties and moved it back to the 31. So they need to get to the 50 for a first down. Oliver goes in the shotgun this time. Takes the snap. Hands. And Rodriguez is stopped for no gain. 2nd and 19. So that penalty negated that big run there. And instead of Middle having it 1st and 10 at the Buna 35, they're back at their own 31 on 2nd and 19 here. Oliver in the shotgun. And now we have a flag, and it looks like someone from Middle moved early. So someone on the left side of that line for Middle Township moved. And now it's 2nd and 24. At this point, buddy, Middle might do well to run it twice and punt here. They're just moving backwards. 2nd and 24. Ball at their own 26. They need to get all the way out to midfield for a first down.
7:25 to play here in the first quarter. We have no score.
It's a pass. Incomplete. It was tipped. Intended for Adrian LeBoy. And it'll bring up 3rd and 24 for Middle Township.
That almost looked like it had as Brian said, it was tipped. and then it appeared to go through the hands of a unit defensive player. So as Brian said, it is now 3rd down and 24. 7:11 to play here in the first quarter, and Middle Township.
Up, and we've got another penalty as Tyree Moore moved early in the backfield.
Well, now obviously the Panthers are not off to a very good start here with on the offensive side of the football.
Well, now you're looking at 3rd and 29. And again, at this point, Middle might be better off handing it off and punting. But again, they don't have a great kicking game right now with Licata out hurt. So they do hand it off to Rodriguez, who gets a nice gain of about 10, but well short of the first down. And Middle will send the punting unit on. And it'll be Tyree Moore going back to punt, standing at his own 17-yard line. High snap, but Moore gets it easily. Pretty good kick. Angled it away, or straight down the field, rather. Oh, it's muffed by a Buna player. It's loose. And Middle Township has it. Garrison made a big mistake. The ball glanced off of his arm, and then rather than just jumping on it, he tried to pick it up, fumbled with it again, and then Middle Township comes in and recovers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brian, that's one way to really wipe the slate clean on all those penalties.
Looks like there was a penalty on Buna on the play. Middle Township obviously will decline that. And they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the Buna 23-yard line.
It looks like it was an unsportsmanlike penalty against the Chiefs, Brian. And as you said...
Well, if it was unsportsmanlike, they would attack that on. I think it was a holding call is what it was. So Middle Township with the football. It's a handoff to Rodriguez. And he stopped after a gain of about 2. Actually, no, he might have just done well to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Second and 10 for Middle, ball at the Buna 23. Handoff to Moore. Takes it right side. Good run by Tyree Moore of about 5. Middle in 4 down territory here, obviously. 3rd and 5. So they got 2 plays here to get 5 yards. Ball at the Buna 18-yard line. No score. 5:10 to go first quarter. Middle trying to take advantage of the muffed punt by the Chiefs. Hand off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez is going to throw it. He's throwing toward the corner of the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown by Michael Zarfati. And he stole that ball away from a Buna defender.
That's unbelievable.
That is an unbelievable play by Michael Zarfati.
And I'll tell you what, Zarfati, he just continues to make plays that are absolutely hard to define. And there was one right there. He went up. That looked like it was a sure interception, Brian. And Zarfati went up, out-jumped the Buna receiver, came down with the football.
I think everybody here thought it was intercepted, buddy, and then all of a sudden, Zarfati raised his arms in the air and had the ball in one of his arms. And that's when everybody reacted. So Middle will go for 2 here As again, they don't have the kicker, Licata, who's out injured. Oliver in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to roll to the right. He's looking, fires, and complete. Oh, we have a flag down for a late hit here on the quarterback. And so I believe that's what this is. Middle will, yeah, it's a personal foul, roughing the passer, roughing the quarterback. And that's going to move the ball up a yard and a half, and Middle will get another crack at it here on the 2-point conversion.
And that's going to be the second penalty against the Buena Chiefs.
So that moves the ball up to the 1.5, and this certainly will give Middle the option to run the football in here certainly makes it easier anyway.
Yeah, I think this definitely, as you said, Brian, I think this makes this a handoff to Rodriguez.
Well, actually, now we have a flag down. I think Buna's offside. Middle was lined up in the wildcat there with Oliver at a wide receiver position. Rodriguez about to take a direct snap. Buna goes offside, and now the ball's a half yard away. And again, it's a direct snap to Rodriguez, and he is not in. They tackle him short. And so Rodriguez does not get in, and it's 6-0 Middle. 4:43 to go first quarter. Back after this on 98.7 The Coast. Fails. Middle leads 6-0, 4:43 to go here in the first quarter. High school football on the coast brought to you by Piece of Cake at Cape May Courthouse. When you want something sweet, think piece of cake. Jositis to kick off, and it's a high but short kick. Bounces around at the 30, and a Buna player just decides to fall on it there, and the Chiefs will have it at their own 30, 1st and 10. Lower Cape May is now trailing Pittman 26-0 in the third quarter, which is kind of shocking.
Kind of shocking would be putting it very nicely.
Here at 6-0 Middle. Gonzalez comes up under center this time. With Yasier Jordan in the backfield this time. Now Garrison goes in motion. Gonzalez keeps it, and he picks up about 6. Faked the dive, and then he ran off right tackle and picks up 6. Bring up 2nd and 4 for Buna. They trail Middle Township 6-0. Gonzalez. Naz Smith now in the backfield. Gonzalez goes under center as he gets the play from the sideline. 2 wing backs here. Garrison goes in motion. They hand it off to the fullback, Smith. And he gets a couple. They'll bring up 3rd and 2. Ball at the 38-yard line. Bunin needs to get to the 40 for a first down. So actually, they mark it up at the 39, so it's 3rd and 1 for the Chiefs. Gonzalez peering at the sideline as they signal in the play.